Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan, and today I am going to be sharing with you some of the things that I am loving using in my journals right now. So I kind of have a little pile of stuff here, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited to share some of the stuff with you guys. I'm really been having a lot of fun doing my junk journals, and it kind of adds, some different stuff to your journals. So let's go ahead and get into it. I think I'm gonna make some room here. All right, so let's start with this here. You guys know, if you've watched me for a while, that I love my HP Sprocket. This is how I print all of my pictures for my journals. And what I end up doing, because the papers themselves can be quite expensive, they're not exactly cheap, but what I do is I put them on my Christmas wish list. And so when I give that to like my mom or my mother-in-law, I will have the papers on there, and then I get them for Christmas. And then, yeah, it's kind of a nice way to budget a little bit. So you can also, I know people print like from Walmart. If you do a collage, you can use like, what's the one? There's Pick Stitch. There's Live Collage. That's one I use a lot. And then you can just size the pictures similarly to this, print it on one 4x6, and then it ends up being really cheap that way too. So there are definitely options. I love this little printer though. I keep it in my Delphonics pouch, and it goes with me everywhere. And I also keep my power cord, my charging cord, in there as well, because inevitably when I go to print out pictures, it'll be dead. So that's how much I use it. All right, so that's the first thing. Love that. Really great for memory journaling, especially. Then I have some of my favorite markers and pens I'm really loving using right now. I got these. They're from Zig, Clean Color Dot. So then it has a 0.5 like fine liner on this end, and then on this end it has a round dot marker. And I actually won, so Sunshine Sticker Co. Ashley, she has a Facebook group, and every year she does a contest for March Madness where you can choose your teams, and then she gives away prizes. And one of them was a shop credit to her shop, and she has a bunch of these in her shop. So I picked, I don't even know, I think I ended up with 12 maybe. I tried to get like a good variety of colors. This is a purple. And just to show you how this works, so let's show you this here. So this is the fine liner, 0.5, which is really nice. And then this is the tip with the marker on it. Got some ink on my nails here. So depending on the amount of pressure that you use, you can actually, I think you can do even smaller than that. And then you just push harder to make the bigger dots. And I love these because they're really great for highlighting dates in your planner or on your planner pages. They're great for making lists, like to-do lists. So these are really fun. I've had a lot of fun with these. So that's the first one. The next one is Tombow, right? Tombow brush pens, the dual brush pens. Again, you've got a fine liner on this side. Well, this is actually not so much a fine liner, but like a fine tip marker. And then your brush pen. You guys probably know this already, but I love that for making, I don't know what you would call that, like just a swash mark for highlighting things, or making, like this week, actually in my weekly spread, I use these to make headers on my weekly page. So that was nice. Then we've got the Zebra Mild Liners brush pens. Again, it got marker on one end, like a fine tip marker, and then you've got the brush on this end here. So very similar to the Tombow. I only have the grayscale set of Tombows. My daughter has like all the colors and stuff. I only have the grayscale. So I have the brush pens and the mild liners just to kind of be able to have a little bit of color without spending a gob of money. This is one of my favorite colors. Love that. And these are actually new, well, relatively new to me. My kids got me a set of the Flair, the Papermate Flair pens for Mother's Day, and I thought that was really sweet. These are the medium, which I think is a 0.7 tip, and then I just saw that they have bold, so definitely get those on my list. But I love these. I've actually been using these in my journal, my junk journal, for doing my daily writing. And so one of the things on these fine liners, these are 0.5, so they're a bit smaller. Sometimes you'll get like that indentation on your page. So you really don't press very hard with the smaller tip ones. With these, I don't have to worry about it so much because the tip is a little bit bigger. So, but I love those. So that is my list of current pens I'm loving, or markers and highlighters that I'm loving. All right, the next thing is this, and something sticky on there. I have had this crocodile for a long time. I used to do scrapbooking, and that's actually when I first got it, but I absolutely love this. I'm trying to think if the one on Amazon right now is the same design. They have a couple different designs, but you have a hole punch here, you get the bigger one, then you got a hole punch here, smaller. You can do eyelets with these little, they just kind of pop out, and you can switch them around depending on what you have that you're working with. And they just push back down. So that's really great. And then actually I found a video on Amazon, which will probably explain this a whole lot better than I can. And I will link the product page for you from Amazon for this specific thing. But I love it because of the hole punch. That's what I use it for a lot. And it will go through, you can see, it goes through a really good stack of papers. So I love that. You can get them all punched at once. And then the eyelets I've been using a lot in my junk journaling. So very much, yeah, loving this. One of those handy products that I'm glad I didn't throw away when I stopped scrapbooking, because I would have regretted it. So definitely one of those must-haves, I think, if you're journaling. So, and then in junk journaling, one of the most important things is glue. I had been using a glue stick, but then I noticed that sometimes they would peel up, like whatever I had stuck down, it wasn't permanent. So I have some of this, I got the Aleene's tacky glue, and I did add a little bit of water to this because it was not coming out very easily. You don't want to add too much. I think I added like half a tablespoon maybe, and then you just kind of shake it up and mix it together. So I love this glue though. It's one of those that just, it will hold whatever you need it to. So definitely grab that, and you can get it on Amazon. I think you can actually get it at Walmart now, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, all those places like that. So, all right. And then I've got some stamping supplies here. So this set I got from Amazon. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I got this glare from my light. Sorry about that. So this is just like a set of postage, different kinds of postage stamps. Got this from Amazon. Here is actually one of Linda Israel's rubber stamps, and I'm actually waiting on an order, or I have a couple more stamps coming in from her, which I'm really excited about. This is one of her little, it's a mini library card. It's super cute. And then the Ranger Archival ink in jet black is the ink that I'm using for stamping. So this little card, this little library card, I'll show you here. It's so darn cute. Kind of moved it when I set it down there, but you get the gist. So it's so cute. And then you can cut it out. You can use it to journal on or whatever, or you can just use it for just some ephemera. Really cute. So this is the ink that I use, and I think I was gonna check this on my Hobonichi cousin to see how it reacted on that paper, to see if it needs like a drying time, but I haven't done that yet, so I need to do that because I'm curious. And then these little, so her stamps have like a repositionable sticky back on these, and then you just put them onto these acrylic blocks. I got these from Amazon as well, and I will link my Amazon list where I have all of this stuff kind of gathered up in one big list for you if you are interested in checking that out. It'll be in the description box below. And for junk journaling, I use this a lot too. I've got this Tim Holtz Distress ink in the vintage photo. I also have, it had black and some brown. So I've got these here. Sometimes I'll use the vintage photo, sometimes a walnut stain, just to kind of distress whatever you're working with, kind of give it that aged look or whatever. I got these little daubers from Amazon as well, and it has these reusable pads. You can just take those off. They're pretty inexpensive, and then you can just replace them when they get worn out. This one's kind of getting some little divots in it. Just dab that like that, just rub it across your whatever you're working with, and it just kind of gives it that older kind of look. So just like that. So that's been kind of fun playing with that and different techniques or whatever. So I've got these. I think I bought these from Hobby Lobby when they were on sale. I can't remember. It was like a set of 4. And then the next thing similar to that, got more of the Distress ink from Tim Holtz here in a color, and I actually saw Linda Israel do this. These are makeup brushes, and I will show you here with one of her stencils. That's another thing that I've been loving using in my journaling is stenciling, and this is one of Linda's stencils here. So you take your ink and your little brush here, and I don't want to get it on my mat, so I'm gonna kind of offset it on the paper here. Got a little hanging Chad on my stencil. Okay, so yeah, Linda's shop, I will put a link to it below. Her and her husband make all of their products from her line, and then she also has a line of stamps that she sells that are also made in the United States. So I love that. So you take this little brush and you just kind of dab it into the ink, and then you just rub it over the page, or over the stencil, sorry. And it kind of will make, and depending on how much ink you use, will be how dark it is, you know, obviously. But this is just kind of fun because then you can decorate plain paper and make it cute. It's a lot cheaper than buying those pads of scrapbook paper or whatever, the designer paper. These are kind of fun because you can just make your own. So you can see that, how that turns out, and I love it. So cute. One of the things that I did for my junk journal in June, I made these little envelopes. This is just a regular security envelope. I just cut the like the tab off and use a stencil to color it, just like I showed you there. Then I took my, where'd they go? My little Distress ink and my dauber, and then just went around the edges and distressed it a little bit. And then I can use this to hold like a journaling card or a little note or whatever, or different pieces of ephemera. You know, if we go to, I don't know, go to a baseball game or whatever, you can keep the tickets in there. Just a place to hold stuff in your journal. And I loved the design on there. And then to get these swatches or little splotches of color, I basically did the same thing that I did on the back here. So you just take your ink and you'll just go on the paper and color the paper itself. with the ink. So, and then it just kind of takes off some of that white, the really extreme white, if you don't like that. So there you go. So that is my list of things I've been loving in my journaling. If you have any questions, I feel like I kind of went through this really quickly, but if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I will have everything, like I said, linked below in my Amazon favorites list. And yeah, but let me know if you have any questions. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.